What's going on, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one. We're just going to get into it. It is NFL Mock Draft Friday, and this is the last Friday before the draft. So we're going to make sure that we get in and we get out, and hopefully we make the Dallas Cowboys a better football team today. So we already have everything set up. We're really just ready to go in and draft. So let's get it. All right. Uh so there have been rumors that Michael Mayer could be the guy at 26 this week. We will see how the draft board falls today. I know that there's been Darnell Wright just went at pick 13, just like I was telling the guys last night. Darnell Wright could jump above some of these tackles that we think could be there. Zay Flowers just went, so that's who I picked last night for the Cowboys to get. Kalijah Cansey is sitting right there. Anton Harrison is sitting right there. Will McDonald, Michael Mayer, like we talked about right here. Emmanuel Forbes, Mozzie Smith, BJ Ojolari, uh, but we're gonna draft like the Cowboys. And if this is what's on the board, I have not seen any interest in Kalijah Cansey or Breesy or even Anton Harrison. I think that right here, with how it fell, I think you got to look at these two right here between Will McDonald and Michael Mayer. And I believe on what we've been hearing and some of the rumors, and I know that Cowboy fans are going to kill me for this, but Michael Mayer is going to be the pick here, just based on the latest news. Just based on the latest news. And understand, this isn't me drafting. This is me drafting as if the Cowboys are drafting. So Michael Mayer is your pick at 26, and I know everybody is booing. And there's still a couple of positions that we got to touch on. We still have to touch on the interior offensive line. Um, we have to touch on the interior defense. We have to touch on the linebackers, the running back. Joe Tippmann just went. So now we're just looking for interior offensive lineman. Cody Mock just went. Steve Avila just went. Matthew Bergeron, Darnell Washington, John Michael Schmidt just went. Oh, that kind of hurt. That hurt big time. Thule just went. And so now you're looking at Dayon Henley, Sam Laporta. Well, Sam Laporta, we just got a tight end. You got Tank Dell there. You got Tyreek Stevenson, who has a big interest from the Cowboys. Um, and I think based on what we're looking at, see, Chandler Zavala is still there. Um, I think that based on what we're looking at, Dayon Henley might be the pick right here, based on his visit and intrigue. Isaiah McGuire's right there. Let's just take a look for sake at positions right now. Zach Charbonnet is right there at number 60, so he's a guy of interest. Um, Keandre Miller is sitting right there as another guy of interest. But I believe Dallas, based on needs, based on some of their history, I think that they go linebacker here and you go Dayon Henley out of Washington State. So that is your second pick. Dallas still has to go either running back or interior offensive line. Um, Now, there is a guy that is still on the board that the Cowboys have shown some interest in and the fans love is Mafi. So we're going to look to get Mafi at some point, hopefully. I think the next two rounds, you either got to go. We had either running back or interior offensive line. Chandler Zavala just went, and so how the board fell. Uh, you're probably now in a position to where it's like you have to touch on um, interior offensive line, and I don't. So Andrew Voorhees is more of a future. If he was healthy, this would be an excellent pick for him right now. I think you might have another round for Mafi. You might have another round just based on how things are falling. Um, let's just look at the big board right now. I think running back, you have to go running back here. Or else, you're not gonna get a premium running back, and based on their interest, based on let's just look at the running back spot right now because I see who I would get right here. Um, I see who I would get, and it would probably be between these two, Tank Bixby or Keandre Miller. And I think for the sake of it being Texas, it'll probably be Keandre Miller. But we're gonna take another look. Um, you got Travis Hodges Tomlinson right there. I think it's a no-brainer. I think right here, you go Miller, and I've heard that a lot of people have Miller right under Charbonnet on the list. So I'm going to go Keandre Miller out of TCU with the third pick. And so Dallas has their linebacker, they have a tight end, they have a running back. And so now you're looking at still interior offensive line, you're looking at interior defensive line, and I think that you got to go interior defensive line here. Um, and oh, I'm sorry, you got to go interior offensive line. Because we got the tight end, and so yeah, this is looking like it's an offensive draft so far, and that's a good thing because that is the area that Dallas can improve. Really, defense is really adding for depth, and I think this is the round here that you go ahead and you get your interior offensive lineman. This is where you get the guy. Now we're gonna reach a little bit here, but we have to make sure that we get the guy that we want. And I think Mafi at 129 right here, it is going to be the reach, but I think that it is the proper pick here. And it's a guy that Dallas has interest in. So you get Antonio Mafi here. Um, and you move on. And I think that right now, so far, it's a solid draft. You got your running back, you got your linebacker, you got a tight end, and you got an interior offensive lineman. Now you look to build and continue to build on the defense. Now Eli Ricks could have been a great pick there, but I just think you had to secure your interior offensive line. At this point in the draft, is more so you're looking for developmental guys. And I think Dallas has done a very good job over the course of the last couple of years of doing so. Um, so we're just going to see how this plays out. Okay, let's see who's still on the board. Now, see, if we had waited on the tight end, Davis Allen would have been a great pick here. Uh, if we had rated on running back, Keith Mitchell's pretty good right here. Broderick Martin out of Western Kentucky is a guy I know that Tuck was pretty high on because we can go interior defensive line. At some point, you got Clayton Tune here if you want to go quarterback. Um, Cam Jones, linebacker, you might be able to get him in. I doubt you'll be able to get him in the next round. Kenny McIntosh is a guy that really intrigues me at the running back position. And running back was a position that I would have doubled up on, but I think we need to go defense here. I think defense needs they need a jolt. And I think that you go with your defensive interior guy here, and we're gonna go Broderick Martin right here out of Western Kentucky. So let's take a look at some of his measurables. Um, take a look at some of his measurables. Go down, go down. So as you can see, 304 snaps inside the A gap, 221 inside the B gap. So that is very, very important. Very, very important. Now, Jonah is another guy here, but Broderick has the size that we're looking for, that can offer depth for Big Hank in there. So we're going to go Broderick Martin here at 169. And we'll see how that plays out. But we got everything that we need so far. But we could go corner in the next round. We have not touched corner. Now that Dallas does not have to touch corner. They don't have to touch it. That's just a need that PFF put up there. And it's something that Dallas would like, and it's something that they have looked at repeatedly. And most of it was right before they got Stephon Gilmore. So we're still looking. John Gain. And another position that we haven't touched on is wide receiver. Um, have not touched on wide receiver. With the adding of Brandon Cooks, It's made it so that wide receiver isn't a desperation. And look, Jonah is sitting right there. And Jonah to me is more of a three technique. Um, you got Ventrell Miller there, MJ Anderson, who's an edge. I think edge could be a spot that you get a guy. Let's take a look at. There's a couple positions we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at corner. Let's look at corner. So you kind of missed the boat on corner here. I mean, unless there was a project that you want to take. So you could get you another running back here, which Chris Rodriguez, Mohamed Ibrahim. This would be a solid pick right here for Dallas. And I know that they have some interest in him. For me, I think Jonah would be the best pick right here. You double up, or you get MJ Anderson out of Iowa State, because I do know that they did go to Iowa State's pro day. They looked at Will McDonald, but if you didn't get Will McDonald, you get the next best thing, and I think that that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go MJ Anderson, get another edge here, edge for the future. And I think that right there might be, as far as value goes, that might be your most value pick so far. And back on course, and we're up for the last pick. So you could go quarterback here. You might be able to double up at the running back position. Um, I think that the wide receiver position is kind of sailed, but understand that you have a backup plan too if you need a receiver. T.Y. Hilton is still on the market, and from what I understand, he's looking, as a guy who would come back. You could beef up the interior again. You can get you another three technique in Jonah, and I know that Dallas has shown that they throw some resources at the defensive line and create that competition. You got Tywone Mullen out of Indiana. Let's take a look at him and see some of his accolades. Um, Probably wouldn't be who I'd sign right. I probably look to get undrafted free agent. More than likely, I'm looking at maybe doubling up at running back here. Because if you double up at running back, I think that you give yourself the percentage of it succeeding with whoever's at that position. And from what I understand, the year that we brought in Zeke, we had 6 running backs. So I think the pick here is going to be Mohamed Ibrahim, between Mohamed or Jonah. And I think that we did go interior defensive line already. I think that this would be the best pick right here. But for the team, we're gonna look at a need and somebody who could scratch an instant need, and we're gonna go Muhammad Ibrahim out of Minnesota, who they've shown interest in. Again, if it was me picking, I would have picked Jonah there, but I'm kind of thinking for the Dallas Cowboys here. And they really like the guys that they like. And Braden Willis would have been a good person at 244 as well. The tight end, he could have been your tight end 3, but understand we got Mayer first. So let's just look at the scores right here. So Michael Mayer got a C. Antonio Mafia got an F here for the people, for the Mafia. That got an F. Broderick Martin got an A. Henley got an A plus. MJ Anderson got a C plus, but Muhammad Ibrahim got an A minus. But let me know how you guys felt about that draft. That's exactly what would happen if Dallas got Mayer in the first round, which is why I wouldn't want to get a tight end there, because it throws off the entire chain of events of what it's like if you get a tight end there. More than likely, what I would like to do is I would get a tackle there personally, and I think that it sets the tone a little bit better. But see, this is what you get when you get your tight end right here. Throws off the whole synergy. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do another quick one. I'm going to show you what it's like not to get a tight end there, okay? We're not going to go tight end there no matter what. We're not going to go tight end there. We're going to go actually, let's go fast. Yeah, we're going to go turbo fast. I'm going to show you what it's like. And we're still going to keep the same parameters as far as, who Dallas would pick. But we're not going to go tight end there. Okay? So Michael Mayer, you got Will McDonald, Emmanuel Forbes, but let's just go with, let's say Dallas keeps gets the best tackle on the board, right? And you got Anton Harrison there, right? So you got your lineman. So look, now I can still get my linebacker here if I want, right? But I'm not forced to get an interior lineman now. I'm kind of good there because I could force Tyler Smith inside if need be. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get Dayon Henley like we got. Boom. Now we got our linebacker. All right. So look, we now there's flexibility to do anything we want. We don't have to get a running back here. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to get an interior lineman. We can just get the best person on the board, right? So Isaiah McGuire, we talked about an edge when we talked about getting an edge. Last time I had to get an edge late, right? Now I can get one of the better edges earlier, right? Or let's take a look at the let's take a look and see what cornerbacks are still on the board. So you got Travius still on the board, right? Oh, look, I could still see receivers that's still on the board. Really, I can get a receiver here possibly. Parker Washington is a good one. Trey Palmer, if we're still looking for speed. If you trust Keyshawn Butte is going to be a good pro, you got him here. You got Michael Wilson out of Stanford. You got Charlie Jones out of Purdue. You see, there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can go here. Um, for me, my intrigue based on some of the things that we do. Oh, look, you can go interior here with Morrow or Kobe Turner. I kind of like Morrow a little bit better. I think Morrow is going to be the pick here. We can go Morrow here for the interior. Now I got my interior. Now you can go running back if you want. You can go corner. Look, Eli Ricks is still here. So this would probably be the pick right there. It probably would be him. But let's see the running backs that's still on the board. More than likely, if you go to the next round, you're looking at keeping these guys, which is a good situation to have. I'm gonna go Eli Ricks here because Eli Ricks is a corner for years, and I think Eli Ricks comes in right now and is better than Deron Bland. I'm just going to say that he has the pedigree. He has some injury history, but as far as a player, Eli Ricks is that dude. And we're going to go Eli Ricks at 129. And so now, you're at a position where, okay, you can go. We already went interior, right? We already went interior, but like I said, we'll go to the running back room. We'll go address that, right? And look, you got Keaton Mitchell there. You got Kenny McIntosh. You got Evan Hull. For me, for what we need as far as the type of runner, I think Kenny McIntosh fits it a little bit better. Keaton Mitchell is still a really, really good pick. Um, Muhammad Ibrahim again, Evan Hull. There's still some really good running backs on this list. But shoot, look, we already touched on everything but running back. We got this, we got this, we got that. And we also got an edge. You know what I'm saying? So you could maybe double up at linebacker again. You got a safety right there if you want to get him. Um, if you want to go interior lineman of the future, you can go Mafi. I'm actually going to do that right here. I'm going to go interior lineman of the future. We can go interior lineman in the future. A lot of running backs are probably going to go. But running backs almost went. But see, we got a guy that they had interest in. So we're going to go Muhammad Ibrahim right here at 212. You might reach a little bit, but we got a back. And see, now we can do whatever we want. Do we want to get that edge? Do we want to get MJ? So, like, again, I am enamored with MJ Anderson this late or Jonah Tavai. You know, for me, out of these two, I probably would go Jonah here at 244, and let's see how the draft turns out. But and watch how much better it ends up being because you have the flexibility when you got the tackle there. And see, the draft doesn't like Mafi for some odd reason, and that's fine. But look how much different it is when you go offensive line because then you're not forced to do so. But see, I'm okay with this because I got a tackle, and then when Zach Martin decides to retire or whatever, I got my guard of the future. So I think that this ended up being the better draft. So this is exactly why you don't go tight end. that early. But let me know what you guys think, man. I appreciate you guys. Um, and let me remove this and let's go big view right here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in this morning on NFL Mock Draft Friday for the Dallas Cowboys 421. And I'm out. Peace.